everyone, I'm Kirby.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're Los Angeles. Strivectin is a brand that's long been regarded as top-tier skincare by professionals of all kinds.
We personally love how all of Strivectin's products are backed by science.
If you're looking for an eye cream to help smooth the appearance of crow's feet and under-eye puffiness, Strivectin's new Intensive Eye Concentrate for Wrinkles Plus is proven to do so, starting in just 5 days. To learn more, visit Strivectin.com.
Oh, you bet your ass we starting this one with a Game Pass story. Right, Matt?
Yep, getting it out early. Getting it in early. Getting it somewheres early.
Yeah, somewhere works. It is the return to Game Pass promotion by Nate.
Game Pass Nation.
Game Pass Nation.
There's some branding in there somewheres.
Do a little Zombie Nation beat to it.
The Nation of Domination.
You know what? Based on Microsoft's recent trends, not going to be far away from that commercial existing. We own you all. Okay, Microsoft, let's just tone it down a little bit. Just that.
Then next week, Disney bought us.
Yeah. Disney buys Microsoft? Shocked YouTuber headline face.
Clickbait title.
But the best, the thumbnail image, the old YouTuber face thumbnail.
It's really great for audio listeners who are like, what the fuck?
If they've been on YouTube in the last 5 minutes, they know what we're talking about.
That's true. Clickbait thumbnails and titles are the meta.
We clickbait to an extent.
I
clickbait to an extent.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't loop me in with that garbage. All right,
you are part of whatever this is.
Listen, you have no proof.
I bet I do.
So there's some new games that came out this week, I heard.
Oh, we're skipping the entire intro.
All right. Oh, yeah, this is the Gamers 2 podcast. Your weekly roundup of news and commentary related to the video game industry and anything else that might pique our interest.
I mean, not that we don't need to change that either, but...
that's work.
I like that we're we're the definition of January gym rat. Everything, we come up with great ideas, we start executing them, and then it's just, that's a lot of work.
That's literally my existence.
You wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
But you're right. There are new releases. And I'm half not positive of what I'm reading. Is this right? It is right. Okay. You'll be understanding of why I don't believe that this list is right. But here we go. Number 1, Doom 3 VR edition for the PSVR. Elite, that's a cat. Hello, cat. Elite Dangerous Odyssey Alpha for the PC. Disco Elysium, the final cut for the PC, PS5, PS4, and Stadia. Number 4, Evil Genius 2 World Domination for the PC. I Saw Black Clouds for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and the Switch. Number 6, Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 and 2.5 Remix for the PC. Matt has gained a cat. Number 7, Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. Number 8, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by my own cat. Number 8, Kingdom Hearts 3 plus the Remind DLC for PC. Number 9, Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory for the PC. Did everything Kingdom Hearts just go to PC?
That's what it appears.
Kingdom Hearts is in my I don't care category, so
same.
Number 10, Narita Boy for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Number 11, Planet Zoo Southeast Asia Animal Pack DLC. Number 12, Rogue Company comes to PS5. Number 13, Shelter 3 for the PC. Tennis World Tour 2 comes to U.S. stores to the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. The Binding of Isaac Repentance DLC. Well, wonder why somebody's playing Call of Duty right now.
Shout out.
Dewey. I wish you were doing better in this tournament, bud.
Did he quit?
I don't know. I don't see his face anymore, so I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. Where were we?
Number 16, Drive-By for the PC and Switch. Number 17, Outriders for the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One, and Stadia. Number 18 is Resident Evil 7 to Stadia. And number 19, Sturmfront, the Mutant War Ubel Edition for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch.
A lot of rehashes on here. Disco Elysium, all the Kingdom Hearts, Doom 3. More Elite Dangerous. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, there were more Binding of Isaac.
Yeah.
Planet Zoo DLC. That's why I was so confused when I was reading this, because then Kingdom Hearts all goes to PC. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I feel like we've gone through Kingdom Hearts already.
More than
must
once.
Must have been console.
I don't know. It was probably version 1.76 or something.
Kingdom Hearts 3.14 pi.
Kingdom Hearts Pi 3.14159.265. 4?
Nerd.
654.265. Huh. Anyway.
You odds, you even?
I'll take odds.
Taking odds.
I know I took evens last week.
I think you took evens 2 weeks in a row.
I neither confirm nor deny. And I hate you.
It's fair.
All right, so number 1, Microsoft has revealed that MLB The Show 21 will be available on Xbox Game Pass for consoles when the game releases on April 20th. Blaze it and play some baseball. The game will also be available on Android devices via xCloud, which is available at no additional cost if you are subscribed to the pricier, not that much pricier, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate tier. Specifically, I believe $15 a month. Unfortunately, it won't be on Game Pass for PC for now.
For this year, I guess.
Yeah. But huge.
Huge is right.
That is awesome. If I had an Xbox, you're going to give me the idea that I can play on my phone?
That would be a death sentence for you.
Oh, I'd be sitting at work just playing on my phone? That's bad times. Also, rip my data plan, but...
Well, Android. So, I wonder if you could get it on tablets as well. I wonder how that works.
Oh, that'd be dangerous.
Yeah.
It's already bad enough that I'm debating turning on a remote play on my PS5 and hooking it up to my PC so I can have it on the other monitor. Play World of Warcraft, play the show. Play World of Warcraft, play the show. Be in the same room. Not really. I'll be downstairs 100%, but I am tempted.
I was just thinking.
Yes, I agree. Additionally, speaking of xCloud, Microsoft has added 16 original Xbox and Xbox 360 games to the xCloud service. Some standouts: Fable 2, Fallout New Vegas, Gears of War 2 and 3, and Elder Scrolls 3 and 4. Look at them bringing up all these old games and making them playable, and Sony being like, have you guys heard of the Vita store and the other stores? Turn them off.
Yeah.
Turn them off right now.
Kill them. Nuke them.
Burn them to the ground. Burn them to the ground.
I actually like this because, I would be more inclined to play old games on xCloud than new games, because new games I'd want in all of its glory.
Right.
Whereas old games, I'd be like, I could fucking binge this on my phone in a couple hours here.
Yeah, I'll just mess around with it on my phone. What do I care?
Yeah.
It's going to be cloud save anyway, so I can just sit down on the console and play it if I wanted to, or I'll just, keep going on the phone.
Microsoft. Killing it.
Becoming, dare I say, a corporation of the people.
Of the people, for the people, by the people.
We, the people of the Xbox 360 community, do solemnly...
Getting weird. Sorry. Moved too much. My bad. Number 2. Game director on both Anthem and Mass Effect Andromeda. Not a resume I would want. Jonathan Warner.
If you're going from like recent worst things to start the resume off of bullet points. Yeah, so I was the lead designer on Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem, and the person just looks up from the resume and looks at you and goes, "Are you fucking kidding me? Why would you tell me that?"
It's terrible. Well, and good news, I guess, for BioWare. Jonathan Warner, who is the game director of those 2 games, has left BioWare.
Is that good news?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of the funny thing. Let me finish this first. Warner announced the news through Twitter just before the start of the weekend. According to the game director, he will be moving on to do, quote, new things. Warner joined BioWare back in 2012 as a senior producer on Mass Effect 3 and was appointed game director in 2015. As game director, Warner oversaw the development of Andromeda and Anthem. Prior to his position at BioWare, Warner served as senior producer at parent company EA. That was the debate going on in I believe it was the BioWare subreddit about whether that was good or bad.
Yeah. It's like, all right, so the guy that was the director of 2 of their worst games,
Yep,
is gone. Is that good or bad?
yeah. Is that good? Is that bad? And I think overall, it's probably not a good thing that we don't know the difference.
Yeah, I mean, the idea that it can be a debate is a problem. I think it's one of 2 things. I think it's a potentially a good thing if you have the person that was in theory in charge of 2 failed projects gone. It's also potentially a bad thing if somebody that's been there for so long is now just like, I'm out of here. Yeah. I can't. No matter what I try to do, it's not going to work. I got to leave now.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. I mean, Anthem.
Like, once again, I think Anthem still could have.
Yeah, Anthem 2.0 got canceled, so like maybe that was
2.0 getting canceled. But I mean, like even on launch of Anthem, like they could have not screwed it. It had much better promise than I think like Andromeda did, and Andromeda was tied to a franchise.
Andromeda, actually, it's kind of funny because in retrospect, in my eyes, Anthem and Andromeda suffered from a lot of the same issues as far as development cycle goes. And to their respective genres, they both kind of represent the same thing. Like Andromeda had a lot of potential and failed miserably. And same thing for Anthem.
Yeah, I agree with both of that. I think Anthem, I don't know, because it does suck. It sucked that Anthem was gone, right? But Anthem also, after having played through the entire thing, had glaring flaws, and it was like you could have fixed it. I think it could have lived a No Man's Sky situation.
Oh yeah,
but it burned itself so fast that everybody went no.
Yeah, I mean, I think someone in the future will do, and I'm going to do air quotes with my fingers here, Anthem.
Yeah.
Like someone will, not BioWare, but someone will do
Anthem Light or Anthem 2. Or
yeah,
whatever.
like an Anthem-like game and probably do it justice. So that's cool.
Anyway, number 3. I believe. Right?
Yep.
Yes, I am doing odds. I can remember what I've said. I swear.
It's getting distracted by the ladies.
I fucking wish. Keep waiting for our son to message me.
Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah. He left so long ago. Doesn't even respond to us when we talk in his Twitch chat.
He's gone on to
greener pastures.
Greener pastures, yeah. Bigger and better things.
He lives on a farm. They make buttermilk.
That got dark.
Farms are joyous, Matthew. All my pets are on farms. They romp and they play. Number 3. Analog has announced its upcoming Pocket Retro handheld has been delayed, with shipments not expected to start until October. In a blog post, the company attributed the delay to, quote, supply chain challenges outside of our control, end quote. Analog Pocket is a handheld game device. Oh my god. I have to edit. Hold on. Analog Pocket is a handheld games device that will be available to read cartridges originally released for various Game Boy models, as well as the Game Gear, Lynx, and Neo Geo Pocket Color. It was due to ship in May 2021, already a delay from its originally planned 2020 launch.
Yes. They are blaming
Coronavirus.
International. Is that what's the term that people are using? Doesn't matter. The chipset.
Suez Canal.
Yes, and the chipset, microprocessor chip shortage.
Gotcha.
And the canal.
I just like the idea that they just blame the entire canal, not the boat, not the Ever. What was it? Ever something?
Evergreen was the company that owned the boat.
Yeah.
But
I just like the idea that people just blame the entire canal. Like it's the canal's fault for getting a boat getting stuck in it.
Yeah.
Idiots.
I just had like a really weird, like introspective moment that referring to that mammoth thing as a boat being really funny.
Ship?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It
I
just
guess
seems silly,
I guess some maritime person would actually come yell at me that it is not a boat, it's a ship.
I was like really annoyed because I was explaining to Samantha like what was happening, and I was like we were watching video of YouTube and stuff like that, and she was just not impressed by the size of the ship.
Excuse me?
I'm like, look at how big this thing is, and I'm like trying to find all these photos for like frames of reference, but it's so big that it's hard to like.
The best one is the excavator being next to it. Did you find that photo?
Yeah, but the problem with that is,
like, if
to get the excavator, you have to be zoomed in, and you just see like.
Right, but if you know how big an excavator is, you should be able to go and translate, and you go, oh.
Yeah, so that wasn't.
Oh, that thing's a literal.
Well, now you get my frustration as to why, like.
Not impressed.
It's ridiculous. So absurd.
Disappointment is immense, and my day is ruined.
Although we have gotten into the habit, and she appreciates like the random YouTube videos that I'll watch of like before bed if I'm bored and I don't want to like spend any brain cells.
Yeah.
I'll watch the YouTube videos of like ships crashing and shit, like top 10 ship storms or something like that, and then we'll sit there and like comment on it. I'll be like, oh, it's gonna be a good one.
just the mindless, like, give me some dumb entertainment.
Yeah,
I don't want to think.
It's fantastic. Number 4, Microsoft's partnership with the U.S. Army has entered its next phase. Dun dun dun.
I don't know. I don't like that sentence. That sentence is terrifying.
And the value has increased significantly. The company won the $479 million contract to build augmented reality headsets for the military back in 2018.
Yep. I think we talked about that.
A Microsoft spokesperson now tells Reuters that the deal could be worth up to $21.8 billion over 10 years. The news comes as the military headset goes into production, as confirmed by a blog post from Microsoft's Alex Kipman. Kipman said the company has been working closely with the Army for the last 2 years on prototyping the Integrated Visual Augmented System, which is based on both HoloLens and Microsoft's Azure cloud services. The device, he claims, quote, delivers enhanced situational awareness, enabling information sharing and decision-making in a variety of scenarios, end quote. What do you think this thing is? How do you think it works? What are we doing here? All right. Can we look through walls?
Have you seen the $6 Million Man?
I actually haven't.
Neither have I. But what if?
What if?
I just picture it being like the like Terminator when he goes into the bar I need your boots. I need your motorcycle. Just that whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's him doing the scan of everybody. I'm just expecting that happening, where it's just people walking around with HoloLens on, but they're doing nothing but facial recognition, scanning you and going, this man has pre-onset diabetes. And you're like,
You throw sugar at him?
yeah. Pocket sugar. And you're like, shit.
All I'm thinking of is like just how absurd it would be to like, so you have troops on the ground that's wearing these headsets that have essentially an augmented heads-up display with like a pilotless drone circling the battlefield and like using LiDAR cameras to like scan and find people and stuff, and like they are seeing a map that has like the pinpoint location of like every.
It's a video game HUD, so it's the map in the top left of like a mini map where you see the dot pop up, but then you see an outline also of clearly through like hills. They're like, we think he's squatting about here, so you just see a giant red circle target. It's
so like crazy. But the thing that's crazy about it, so go ahead.
No, you're fine.
I'll
make my joke after.
You combine like, whatever, Microsoft's cloud service and like all these machine learning algorithms and all sorts of stuff. So like it'll be to the point where like it would look like seeing through walls, because they'll be like, oh, there's a person there. And based on like all of our fucking filtering algorithms, we can tell that he's holding this gun and looking in this direction.
He's also terrified of spiders.
And he just peed his pants. You know what I mean? Like,
I just like the idea that you're doing all of this and it pops up with like a small profile. It's like, scared of teddy bears. And you're like, that's just really. Anybody got a teddy bear on them? We just like throw a large teddy bear and see what happens.
The future.
Warfare will always change. War never changes. It just evolves.
Never changes.
Man. Number 505 Games has added a new franchise to its portfolio in the form of cyberpunk ninja action game Ghost Runner. The company worked with Polish publisher All In Games on the game's initial release back in October 2020 and is now taking full control of the IP as well as, quote, all licenses for the technological solutions used in the game, end quote. The acquisition cost $5 million of whatever that currency is. Can you tell me what currency that is? Is that
I think it's euros.
Is that euros?
I think so.
I don't know if that's euros or pounds or.
I think it's euros, because
is pounds like the other one, the slanted one?
Pounds is like it's got like a squiggly line in it somewhere.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure it's euros.
All right, euros it is. So 5 million euros. So like, I don't know what the conversion rate is. $6.3 million US. Ballpark.
You're probably not far off, actually.
I've played a lot of Football Manager.
The euros is worth more, so you're probably pretty close.
Play a lot of Football Manager.
Yeah.
I play Football Manager in US dollars, but I get reports in like real life are usually in reference of both pounds and euros, which is always the nightmare when Kenny and I are discussing football things, soccer things for you filthy Americans. You'll see a report that's like, oh, so-and-so just had a transfer for 45 million euros. And you're like, all right, so that's like 51 million US dollars, but like 46 pounds. And then you get into Football Manager and I can just put the entire thing in US dollars.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, so I know roughly where things land now, but it gets weirder every time. It's the only way I know how to do conversions. Fake soccer transactions. Anyway. Oh, our boy. Our baby boy. Dude, last week we killed this painful. Dewey, if you're listening, I'm not entirely reading your text message out in the middle of this. Does he mean he was in a bad spot?
I don't know.
The camera. Camera.
Yeah.
Got
it. Let's see here. You can take over responding.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Number 6. Tencent collaborated with the Chinese police, big surprise, to bust a games cheating ring that was considered the world's biggest. According to the BBC, the organization focused on various games, including Overwatch and Call of Duty Mobile, charging a subscription fee to its users worldwide for access to cheats. Prices ranged from $10 a day to $200 a month. It is believed that the gang made $76 million in revenue. The Kushan police, I think it's Kushan, I don't know how to say that. Kushan, I think. Police seized $46 million worth of assets, including luxury cars, in a busting... What the fuck? In a bust operation nicknamed Chicken Drumstick.
That 100% doesn't just translate correctly. I assume.
Yeah,
but also, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I love the idea of naming operations entirely dumb things.
Yeah.
Like, no longer do we need Night Stalker or, like, Red Eyes Black Dragon Yu-Gi-Oh card, but 100% somewhere there's an option. There's an operation.
You and your fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card references.
You're going to fucking activate my trap card if you keep shitting on it.
That sounds dirty. The authorities destroyed 17 cheats and arrested 10. I'm assuming when they say 17 cheats, there's like active servers running something or something like that. But anyways, arrested 10 people across several locations, including one of the leaders of the gang. They're a gang. Pretty cool.
Would it be a corporation at this point, not a gang? I mean, they're not legally a corporation, I'm assuming is the reason, but...
I don't know. It sounds like gang's pretty dope. I mean, $76 million, $46 million in assets, like luxury cars. Like, this sounds like it could be a pretty fucking cool movie. Or
it's
a
the
TV
Fast
show.
and Furious, just with hackers. Hack the planet. Hack the world. What if Fast and Furious 37?
They're racing in wheelchairs.
Dom needs to break out of the nursing home because he's convinced that the chairs don't go fast enough, and he needs to put nitrous in his chair. The only way he can do it is to get the Rock out of a different nursing home. Oh man, I don't know. It's crazy. I can't get over the chicken drumstick thing. That's probably my favorite.
Yeah, it's the name is clutch because
So
like say for example. They did happen to have someone on the inside, or they're hackers, so maybe they somehow have access to the police database.
Yeah.
They're going to see, Operation blah, 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 Operation like...
They love KFC.
They're going to see Operation Chicken Drumstick, and they're just going to be like, oh, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
And then we can move on. They're going to see one that says Operation Kill the Gamers or something, and they'll be like, oh, I'm interested in that one.
They'll be like, I wonder if they ordered a 12-piece. Was it a family meal? I'm curious. Just somebody's dinner? No, it's you.
KFC.
Number 7. Sodium Heaven KFC. That's just really what it is.
Really, it is. I mean,
God, the amount, dude. I think we've discussed this during our fast food rankings. I get dehydrated. I haven't had it in years, but anytime I did, I was just unbelievably dehydrated and couldn't put enough water back in me fast enough. There's a sentence I said out loud. Number 7. In the wake of Cyberpunk 2077's release, CD Projekt is overhauling its development strategy. The company announced an initiative dubbed Red 2.0.
Whoa.
Much less intense than Chicken Drumstick.
Yeah, they clearly should have went with the Chicken Drumstick.
Yeah. Or maybe thigh.
Yeah. Or like chicken breast.
No. I don't
chicken
know why.
fingers.
I don't know why breast just made me chuckle because I'm a fucking toddler. Somebody pitching the idea of chicken fingers, but then doing a hand motion of like, yeah, these fingers. Because now I'm just picturing a chicken going, bark.
See, when I say chicken fingers and I do this with my hand, I'm picturing my fingers as chicken fingers. So it's like, I look like Edward Scissorhands,
but it's all chicken fingers. I was picturing, do you remember the movie Accepted?
Yeah,
the guy's doing Ask Me About My Wiener. Every time I see that hand motion.
Ask me about my wiener.
Every time I see that hand motion, that's what I think of. So now it's just you going chicken and then just doing this.
Fingers.
It's just I picture just the guy dressed up as a giant chicken, or a chicken, feather comes out and it's just a fucking fingers like a cartoon chicken. It's just
like Foghorn Leghorn.
yeah.
I want a chicken suit, but not an actual chicken. I want it to be a chicken finger suit.
It just look like a giant chicken tender.
Yeah, just giant chicken tender.
Anyway, so yeah, they CD Projekt have a thing called Red 2.0, intended to create, quote, a transformation of the studio and a change in the way it develops video games, end quote. Starting next year, CD Projekt plans to work on multiple AAA games. Oh, that's a good idea. And expansion simultaneously. Under its previous approach to development, the publicly traded company went more than 6 years between major releases, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt and Cyberpunk 2077. Handling multiple projects at once will require a larger team, and the company said it is ramping up recruitment efforts and looking, quote, to more actively pursue mergers and acquisition opportunities, end quote. You guys ever heard of THQ Nordic? To that end, CD Projekt announced the acquisition of Vancouver-based Digital Scapes, a team of around a dozen developers that partnered with the company on the last couple years of Cyberpunk 2077 development. Digital Scapes will become CD Projekt Red Vancouver. That's a mouthful. CD Projekt's new strategy also calls for the company to expand its audience beyond fans of single-player role-playing games. The company said it will move toward genre blending with a AAA RPG core and put a greater emphasis on online functionality in its projects. Finally, CD Projekt's new strategy called for the studio, quote, redoubling its efforts to secure a sustainable and caring work environment, end quote. Sounds like a lot of talk with the idea that, all right, screw making one game, let's make multiple and hope we don't botch all of those.
I'm glad I'm not crazy. I read this and I was like, I don't like any of this, besides for maybe the last thing, which we all know they're lying about. Not necessarily lying about, but they might genuinely try, but they probably won't succeed at right away.
Right. I think it is the eggs in one basket, or whatever that dumb saying was that I screwed up a month ago, where I was putting eggs in multiple baskets. Or, you know what? Actually, at this point, I didn't even read it.
I was going to do Isaac yesterday on lunch.
Fucking knew it. Love you, Dewey. The, I don't know, it's Easter Sunday, right?
Yes.
All right. So we'll stick with the egg theory then. Because we all know. Chocolate eggs, hide these eggs, whole thing, right? Eggs, baskets, they all go together. The problem with Project was that they were sinking all of the eggs into one basket, but then finding out that they soured. So why not split those eggs up into multiple small hits rather than one big disappointment? Do you want to get punched straight in the balls? Or a few lighter body shots? Yeah, no, not flicks, you psychopath.
See, I read this and I was just like, all right, so you guys failed at making one game over 6 years. So you want to make multiple games
over less time.
Over 3 years and hope that that's going to work. All right.
Bull strategy, Cotton. See if it pays off.
And then the one part that really bothered me was the greater emphasis on online functionality.
Yeah, I was like, how about start with any?
Yeah.
Want to put a greater online functionality. Also, ignore the part where the Cyberpunk standalone multiplayer part is no longer existent.
Yeah. I don't know. All right. Number 8, I believe. Yes. Bloober team has decided to put an end to its merger and acquisition discussions. According to VGC, translating an article from Polish app publication Bankier.pl, the Medium developer was in talks with several investors about being acquired, but will now instead consider cooperation with one of the investors rather than a merger. Bloober Team is also considering investing in other studios as it has, quote, spare financial resources, end quote. So I guess their game sold better than they anticipated, is what I picked up from this.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
we have the money now. I'm the captain now.
look at me. Look at me. I have the money now.
Classic. Good old Bloober Team. I don't like that name. I'm not going to lie.
I want it so badly to be Blooper Team.
Yeah.
Every time I say it.
Every time I look at it, I either see blooper or boober.
Yep. And both times I'm disappointed it's not either one.
Yeah.
Why isn't just Team Boobs a thing?
Right on.
We need 2 rival studios. We need Team Boobs and Team Butts. And then Team Dicks. Nah, that's a bad
Which no one likes Team Dicks.
Yeah, everybody agrees that they're like not good.
Yeah. But they think they're better than they are.
BioWare.
I mean, I think you're giving... I like BioWare, like, in general. But in its current state, you're giving it too much credit.
Let's just tone it down on the BioWare love, all right?
Yeah.
Too much.
I mean, the other thing, though, in BioWare's defense, we do forget... fucking wrecked.
Hello, my baby. Hello. No one can
We
see that.
really need cameras. Nate, in case you're curious, Nate just like went to go shift his mic, which we have on mic stands, like mic boom arms, and just straight up pulled it out of its mount.
Yep, straight out.
And
And then proceeded to do the Jeremiah Bullfrog. I'm trying to think of what that frog's name is that does the "Hello, my lady, hello" thing. Because I imitated using it as my cane and no top hat.
maybe I don't know. I don't know his name.
What is that?
Sounds
Jeremiah?
That's like a
Well, I
country
mean,
song,
well,
isn't it? Jeremiah.
No,
was
I
a
believe
bullfrog.
it's yeah. Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Maybe like a classic rock. I don't know what that.
Play a
genre
saxophone
is.
here in a second. Hold on, I can hear this again.
What were we talking? What were we talking about?
I don't know. I've lost my mind now that this is out and I'm holding on to it.
It's too much power for one man.
I'm
really.
a mix of Freddie Mercury now. When he always had the fucking.
Oh yeah, you gotta like get the teeth out. Like I don't know how you do that.
Ha
Oh yeah, BioWare.
Mama, just killed a man.
In BioWare's defense, they did make the Old Republic and are still supporting it. And
Are they supporting it though? Didn't we already move this on to other BioWare?
Yeah, but they're still BioWare.
But there's a part of BioWare that we've always joked about is like the only good part of BioWare, where
Yeah,
when we say same thing we said with Anthem, like they have to move. I have to put this back. This is bugging.
So like every time we talk about BioWare, we're gonna have to have the asterisk where it said not BioWare Austin.
Right. Well, when we're shitting on them, but
Yeah.
when we're praising them, we say only BioWare Austin.
Okay. All right.
Because as we know, Edmonton, right,
Yes.
is the
Is it Montreal and Edmonton? Or does Edmonton not exist anymore?
I don't know.
Why are we talking about BioWare?
Canada?
This is the issue.
Oh, and
certain
Team Dicks is where we got to BioWare.
certain topics I've noticed that if it comes like if it's in the podcast just gets consumed by that particular entity, and like BioWare's one of them. And who's the other one? Game Pass is obviously.
Oh, Game Pass. The podcast is owned by Game Pass. We're sponsored by Game Pass. Buy our Game Pass. Game Pass. $15 ultimate.
You're gonna get a cease and desist letter from them being like, "Yeah, we don't sponsor you." Fuck off.
I would love a cease and desist letter that just says, "Please stop." Signed to Microsoft.
We don't want to be associated with you.
Not even. No, don't even say any other words. Just send, "Dear Gamers 2, please stop."
And it's signed by Phil Spencer. Oh, that would be great.
Honestly, I would frame it. It'd be
I would hope so.
It would be right next to our Pulitzer Prize. Notice how we're not having both of those. Number 9, the Tokyo Game Show will be online again this year. The show will take place from Thursday, September 30th to Sunday, October 3rd, and will build on the online-only format of the 2020 show. In a press release, the organizers promised a new matchmaking system that will allow exhibitors and trade attendees to arrange private meetings online. Dangerous. All presentations and talks will be broadcast online with an English translation, in addition to the native Japanese feeds. There are also plans to allow consumers to play special demo versions of various games featured at the show. Makes sense. Still pivoting to online things. Probably going to be another year, unfortunately, before we can all see each other again. I was going to make that worse for some reason in my head, but it's because we're talking to Dewey and I know what he would say.
Yeah. Go back to normal, I guess. I don't fucking know.
But yeah, before we're able to run around with hundreds of thousands of other people in a small confined area.
Yeah, all snotting and sneezing and touching each other and exchanging bodily fluids and spreading germs.
Yeah. I was going to say willingly or otherwise, but
that's number 10. PAX organizer Reed Pop announced the cancellation. I'm having trouble talking today.
Oh, both of us?
I think it's the so there's like we had a lovely dinner prepared by Nate.
Oh, thank you.
And it had a little kick to it, not like a good amount, but it was like there's a sweet spot where like if you try to speak in quantity directly afterwards, it's too soon, you're snotting all over the place, there's mucus. Then there's a sweet spot.
Yep.
And then there's like after that, it's like my mouth is like cottony kind of.
Yes. Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
And we've missed the sweet spot for me.
Yeah. For anybody that's curious about dinner, take yourself a Mississippi pot roast, which is just a pot roast, usually chuck roast. Packet of au jus. In this case, there's actually a McCormick Instapot packet you can find. Put that half on the top, half on the bottom. Use the whole packet. Don't get stingy. Just use the whole thing. Half bottom, half top. Slow cooker. Then half a jar. Smaller jar, but half a jar. Pickled jalapenos. Juices around the outside, little on top. Jalapenos, little on top, little around the side. You take 3 tablespoons of butter. 1 tablespoon on the left, 1 tablespoon in the middle, and 1 tablespoon on the right. Space it out because you can't overload.
This is oddly specific.
Well, if I say 3 tablespoons of butter, one asshole is going to take all 3 tablespoons and go, done.
That's what I do. Straight on top. It'll melt.
Yeah, exactly. So there's the asshole. You spread it out. Then I took a dusting of cayenne pepper, dust the entire top of it, on low, crock pot, 8 hours. Granted, my chuck roast was, I think, 2.7 pounds. So you do that, then you get yourself some smaller tortillas. Like I would say for me, they're like hand-sized tortillas. I don't know what the actual size is. Smaller tortillas.
For me, they're like 2 hands.
I got some tiny hands. You get some coleslaw, and you get some fried onions. Put those all together in a tortilla shell. Boom, tacos, delicious. Anyway.
Yeah. For me, I think it's the construction of the taco adds a good amount to the experience. So like tortilla, coleslaw, you gotta have definitive layers, and then when you bite into it, you get this lovely like layering texture.
Yeah,
and it's
I think you need
glorious.
To do like a thin slaw, a decent meat, and then
sprinkling of
crispy onions on top.
Yeah,
and then
yep. I made it like one sentence, and the number 10 we went on a complete tangent. Anyway, so
you heard about food?
PAX East 2021 was canceled. In its place, PAX Online will be held again this year as a 3-day event from July 15th to July 18th. It will be free and open to the public. Reed Pop shared that it is optimistic that PAX West and PAX Unplugged, which isn't it PAX Prime? No, they reworded it.
For
PAX West. Did they?
West is no longer Prime.
So it is West.
Yeah. They
Okay.
switched it from being Prime because East basically eclipsed it at one
Okay.
point. Like they were so close that there was no idea about Prime anymore, so they just said screw it. Southeast and West now.
Okay. PAX West and PAX Unplugged will continue as in-person events in September and December, respectively.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
That's the plan, but they're
I
still
think
in the air. Do we go to PAX West?
I don't think it'll happen, to be honest.
I also agree. Do we go to PAX West? Do we take
Probably
our,
not,
do
because
we take our
August,
vaccine selves and haul on a cross-country trip and your wife not murder me?
August is
I know what I said. And your
Is-
wife not murder me.
the evil spawn breathing oxygen for the first time.
It's not nice to have her to talk like that.
What I was going to say, though, before I realized that was, do we go to PAX West or do we go to multiple Yankees games?
Oh, well, we're definitely doing the second part. We're going to at least one. I'm thinking July will be our sweet spot. Ideally, like late June, July is what I'm hoping for us to be able to go.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously pre-August for the reasons of,
Yeah.
but those times just because I want to see how some season stuff plays out, like how.
I would like to do a couple.
Same. So do I. We'll go. We'll just.
And I think the thing with that is, could probably get away. Well, how long's the season run till? The normal season.
End of September.
Yeah.
September 30th or whatever.
Because the stadium's close enough, games are close enough and short enough to where we could get away with like going post Hellspawn.
Yeah, I mean, we can make it if we go to a day game, a 1:00 game. We can make a day trip out of it.
Anyways, Yankees.
Post Hellspawn.
What?
Post Hellspawn. I don't think she's gonna be a fan if I show up and I say, "Hello, demon."
Hello. She would not, but
No,
I've been like,
I would get the death stare, and you would go, "High five."
but I've been like, nah. That's how I've been referring to it. Like, randomly, it's like weird things. Like,
I just picture like showing up because I'm gonna have to show up at some point because I have a good feeling that you forgot to bring me things again.
yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I
So,
knew it.
I thought about it after I saw the bag in the car and realized it wasn't what I thought it was. I was like, all right, so I know he forgot, but I'll have to show up at some point, and I'll just show up like when Amy's there and be like, have you heard about this whole like demon spawn thing?
Demon.
And she'd be like, oh, what are you talking about? Come on. We all know. And I'm doing like the nod, like, come on, Just make everybody turn against Sam and Sam hate all of us in 5 seconds. What about number 11? Activision Blizzard announced the appointment of Armin Zerza. Entire guess. Zerza or Zerza? Do we think
I like
there's a silent-
Zerza better.
Zerza?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Armin Zerza as its next chief financial officer. Zerza has been with the organization for more than 5 years, joining as the CFO of Blizzard Entertainment in 2015. Zerza currently serves as both the chief operating officer of Blizzard and the chief commercial officer for Activision Blizzard. A lot of chief titles.
A lot of Chiefs. A lot of
Too many chiefs.
fuck. It's gonna be
Got
stuck in
him.
my head for like a week.
Got him. The too many cooks.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll see how it goes.
Activision Blizzard's got a lot of money. They need someone to take care of that.
Yeah, somebody's got to be a financial officer over there when they're already trying to pay their CEO $200 million. Somebody better look at those numbers.
Unless he hired her, which he probably did.
Give me
so.
more numbers. Give me bigger numbers.
Listen, I'll give you 1/10 of my numbers if you ignore them.
I like the idea that they only call them numbers also. I'll give you 1/10 of my numbers, and my numbers are 27 through
Numbers, you mean
38.
the money you make?
Shh. No,
We don't refer to it like that.
I have literal numbers, and he like pulls out cutouts of numbers, and he's like, okay, so you get 2 and 7. I'm going to keep 1 through 6. And you're like, wait, what?
I have a mental image of him like in this huge office, kicked back, feet up on the desk, on a cell phone, just like ha 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 ha, just talking shit with the bros. And on his computer monitor is just the tally of his like money that he's making as he sits there chit chatting, and it's just like it's up to like 98 million, or actually, how far into the year are we? Like 98 million. It's just like the numbers are just spinning up.
Oh, I like the idea that even more. So you know how you can. I don't know if you. Well, you can. Obviously, you can do this with anybody, but I don't know if you've seen it a lot with sports and athletes, depending on usually when they sign a big contract, everybody will always immediately start breaking it down like, oh, they make X amount per minute of a game they're in, or they make X amount of per at bat type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I bet he has it figured out such that every minute he just gets a little alert that pops up on his desk and he goes plus 7,000 or whatever. And it's just ding, you've made 7,000. And he's like, hey,
yes.
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
I wrote that email.
Oh, that reminds me, the real reason why I randomly dislike Trevor Bauer. He bought a Koenigsegg.
Oh.
And I was like, you fucking twat. Like,
you buy the new Koenigsegg, though?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Yeah. Which I'm jealous. That's
but I'm also less impressed they didn't buy the old Koenigsegg. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't remember which one he bought. He bought one that I didn't recognize the name of, so I'm assuming it's the new one.
Well, everything's also Swedish, so I don't recognize the names either. I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
When I say the old one, I don't even remember what the old one was called.
They just looked cool.
Yeah. And it went fast.
It's all about looking cool and going fast.
It was fast car fast.
In the bedroom.
I am halfway there. You guess which half.
Terrible.
For hint, I'm double gunning while I say that.
Number 12. EA Sports revealed a new long-term deal with the PGA Tour to create a new golf title. EA previously published PGA Tour games for decades, but stopped in 2015 with Rory. How the fuck do you say it?
McIlroy.
McIlroy?
Yeah.
Okay.
McIlroy.
Rory McIlroy PGA Tour.
We're gonna have put a lot of Irish on it.
I can't do that.
Rory McIlroy. That's not Irish.
I'm getting like Batman-esque voice right now for some reason.
You're turning into me?
Yeah.
Rory McIlroy.
Where is she? Are we gonna have competing
PGA
golf games? PGA
I don't know.
Golf games?
It'll be interesting because so
this
they're
PGA
both
Tour
licensed.
Maybe the other one's not PGA licensed. Maybe it's just Tiger Woods.
Ooh, that's terrifying if that's the case.
Yeah, how you wouldn't be able to do that.
We shall see. I mean, both people could buy licenses. They could just not have an exclusivity contract.
What if it's a links game? Like Tiger Woods links.
What if it's Sims Golf? Sid Meier's Golf? What if?
I'll take it.
Did you ever play
I just want a year.
Years ago.
What's up?
Did you ever play that? I played that years ago.
I just want a year. Like, golf games are making a comeback. And I want a year where we have multiple.
No. You need to say first, I want a year, and then the second part, where golf games are making a comeback.
No, they are making a comeback. But
Sir, we've had one, and it wasn't good.
We had Everybody's Golf. We had Mario
That
Golf.
Was a couple years ago. We have not had Mario Golf yet.
Yeah, we're going to have Mario's Golf.
Like
we had Golf Story.
Golf Story and Everybody's Golf were 3 years ago minimum.
It's making a comeback. It's a slow burn, and now we're getting 2 AAA golf games.
What do we call a comeback?
Where you...
No. No, it's not the Kim Kardashian joke. I don't know, from the Parks and Rec Kim Kardashian joke. It's not that.
What my point is, mister, I'm going to just shit on your ideas.
How dare you use my formal name?
What if we do genuinely have 2 good golf games come out at the same time? Like, roughly, inside the same year. Mind blown.
100% mind blown.
Yeah, we both know
2 actually good golf games, same time, same year, same bat channel.
Realistically, we both know they're both going to suck.
Does Sports Story come out at the same time?
They're all going to suck. I'm prepared for that.
All right, as long as you are prepared and you understand what you're getting yourself into. Number 13, PUBG Lite, the free-to-play version of PUBG that's built for lower-end PCs, is shutting it down on April 29th. I couldn't even finish the story. I hadn't read it before I started talking, and I was like, the one that's built for lower-end PCs is shutting down. Oh, never mind. Sucks if you're not good.
Fuck that game.
Oh, God.
Number 14, Netflix The Witcher Season 2 has wrapped. Also, The Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt will be coming to PS5 and Xbox Series X and S in the second half of 2021.
Whatever.
They're going Skyrim. Full Skyrim.
Oh, toasters. I can't wait to play it on my Samsung fridge.
Fridges.
Teslas,
yeah. Yeah, that's real. Fuck.
That's not even a joke.
Yeah, I know. It's...
Hold on. I gotta charge the Tesla. Let me play some Witcher while I wait.
What world do we live in? You know what's going to happen? Those soldiers with those HoloLens
are going to be playing The Witcher?
You're going to be playing The Witcher.
Oh my God. Can you imagine getting knocked out as a soldier and you wake up and I
saw
you, you were trying to cross the border, weren't you?
Oh,
you imagine?
That's like a tactic? just
just
a form of torture?
Yeah, PTSD because you constantly keep waking up in the cart.
Oh my God, I love it.
Can you just imagine the programmers though that are like doing the whole thing and they're doing combat simulations with those and they have that for the reset screen. It just you were shot and the screen goes black and the guys are like, yeah, all right, yeah, cool. And it comes back up and it's that and they're like, are you kidding me right now?
All the other people are like, oh God.
Yeah. It's a bunch of army nerd bros and be like, oh, I didn't see that one coming. All right, number 15. Bungie's upcoming new IP will feature a new secret world in parallel with the Destiny franchise. Don't know why I was scared of the word Destiny. The studio's design director has said, so we get a new world. I have very weird definitions of worlds at this point.
Yeah.
There are multiple planets in Destiny. So would you like to say a new universe in parallel?
New galaxy, maybe?
Alternate timeline.
Also could be that.
What if you were the Cabal and they knew too much?
My question
we
here
knew too
is,
much.
Has Bungie ever done anything outside of a shooter?
Just to cover my own ass, I'm going to say sure. Don't know.
Recent history, no, I would say.
Halo Wars.
I don't think they did Halo Wars, though. I think that was a different studio.
Let's just pretend it was.
Okay.
A different studio.
They're going to do a new IP inside the same Destiny universe. It better be a different type of game.
Destiny Wars.
Okay. Might be on something
They
for
just
real.
run the same thing back. You have 3 factions. You have all the factions. It's like Total War, but Destiny. You have the Cabal, the Vex, the woke people. I don't remember the fuck their name was.
Awaken?
Yeah.
Awoken.
Oh, yeah, that's why I'm like, I say the woke people because I don't remember.
Oh, well.
The Vex, the Hive, the other ones. You just have a bunch of different factions, and they all are around, and then you have them do RPG-style tactic battles. It's 100% possible.
Yeah, for sure.
They've built enough of a universe that they could just do a bunch of things like that. Like RPG Destiny. Destiny Civilization. Or have you heard of our card game called Grimoire Cards? Oh, remember the first game where those were a nightmare? Yeah, same thing. All right, here we go.
All right, we don't talk about those.
Destiny Battle Royale.
16. Venture Beats Jeff Grubb. What a name. Claims to have heard that Alan Wake 2 is in the works at Remedy Games with help from Epic Games.
Okay, cool.
Do you care? Okay,
Nope.
Clearly not.
Did you care about American Nightmare?
What's that?
Alan Wake, American Nightmare.
No.
The 1.5 of Alan
Oh,
Wake.
no. I didn't even play Alan Wake, the first one.
You didn't play the first one?
No.
All right.
I just threw shit in here, man. I was just like, oh, this might be interesting.
after what they did with Control, Alan Wake 2 would be interesting. Control was good, so
Don't they exist in like same universe?
yeah, they exist in the same universe. There's
Control is
references.
on
There's
my-
references to Alan Wake in Control.
Yeah. Control is on my list of like games that I wanted to play, but I did like I never
Still
got
so
to it.
good. There's that arguably one of the best levels I've played. Great lead up, great payoff, great music while you do the level. It's a fun time. Number 17, Nordisk Games has acquired a minority ownership share in Until Dawn developer Supermassive Games. Nordisk, which already owns Avalanche Studios and 40% of Mercury Steam, among others, will hold a 30.7% ownership in the studio. Key on the 0.7.
Yep. There was a lot of investing and money stuff going on this week.
April Fools. We're going to
Nex-
yank all the funding.
Yeah. Nexon invested in like Konami, Sega,
It's the beginning of
Hasbro.
a new fiscal quarter, man.
Yeah. A lot of money moving around. Kind of weird. 18 and final news story. No Man's Sky is getting another big update called Expeditions. There's a whole slew of crap being added, like new game modes, challenges, whole ton of shit. So, like, if you're into No Man's Sky, check it out, I guess.
Are you going to check it out? You're the No Man's Sky of the two of us. You are the No Man's Sky.
I'm curious. I'm going to probably look into it and then go from there.
Cool. Well, that's all the news. And I'm not going to do the deals this week because I'm going to do them next week when they actually exist. Prime Gaming is the only one that I think is 100% activatable right now. So new stuff came out for Prime, but everything else will... I think Xbox had some of their stuff come out, but I believe PlayStation's not going to be able to be claimed until Tuesday, so I'm going to save it for next week.
That's fair.
But yeah, and then we'll do Humble next week as well, because Humble will change over. Because Humble usually doesn't change over till like 4 days into the month for whatever reason. But yeah, it's been 7 days since we've last done this. What have you been up to?
No video games. Kind of in a
Good
drought.
podcast.
Yep.
I like you're in a drought, but yeah, every time you're like, oh, I've been thinking about checking out this, or I've been doing this.
Yeah, but I don't know, it's not feeling.
I guess when we're saying drought, we're saying it in two different ways. You're in a drought because you haven't done it in so long, not like a drought of uninteresting things.
Yeah. Like usually, I mean, it's twofold. I mean, when it's not that there isn't things I could play. It's there's not anything that I'm actively
Seeking out.
interested in. Like nothing's like I'm not in the mood for something or whatever the case may be.
I know a game called Out of the Park Baseball 20.
I mean, more to be completely honest, my issue this past week has been more just exhaustion than anything else. And I think I don't know. I'm just old, and like I think maybe I don't really have a working theory, but it just seems like I'm constantly tired. Like I get home and I'm tired. So like I've been watching things randomly more than anything else.
Oh, I
So
know what you mean. I have those. I've had it even when I'm sitting up here and I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm going to play something. And I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm just over all of it. And I will go down to the couch. I will throw on YouTube that I've watched 18,000 times and then just lay there and be in a vegetative state of dumb internet to myself.
Yeah.
And usually end up just falling asleep and then wake up a couple hours later and be like, okay, do I want to do anything else? No. Different dumb YouTube video.
yep. I watched Godzilla. I'm gonna try to make it through the franchise.
Yeah, I want you to see King of the Monsters so bad.
Yeah, so I'll do that.
And then we need to watch the new one.
Yeah.
Godzilla versus Kong.
I don't know. There's been a slew of shit I've watched, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. And then, just life stuff. Yeah, that's it. Really
Deep.
That's super deep.
Deep life shit.
Super deep. Can't really think right now. Yeah, how about you?
World of Warcraft. Typical. And Out of the Park Baseball 21.
Real
And
intense.
Too. A lot of roster transactions, just for anybody curious. Out of the Park Baseball is basically like Football Manager for baseball. if not more intense, just because baseball's rosters are more ridiculous than soccer rosters.
More transactions, I would assume.
Well, many more transactions, a lot more rules as well about how you can manipulate transactions. Like somebody gets injured in Football Manager, they're just out, and you can just call up somebody else. There's no punishment for like sending somebody down or anything like that. There's nothing like that because it's just not how the game works. But this, I'm playing not as the manager. I'm playing as the general manager. And as the general manager, I'm just making all the roster decisions, like setting some depth chart. I'm setting like depth charts and stuff and like where I want people to be and how I want us to play. But then within the parameters that I'm setting, I'm letting the AI, which it is AI Aaron Boone, no idea how his stats are. I haven't looked at him, but I'm letting him just run the team with what I give him and see how it works. So far, we're in first. I'm all right with it.
It's working.
We're in first in the division by, I think, 4.5 games. I'm in the middle of July, I believe. Just over halfway through the season, so
it's working.
I've traded. I was talking with you. I traded 5 or 6 people probably at this point of just like rotational trades. But my starters are basically still the same exact starters that are in real life. I don't think I've actually swapped starters. Gained a couple bullpen pieces and my bench is different, but like my starters are still my starters. So just navigating injuries.
Which is standard Yankees fare for the past couple of years.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. But yes, you're not wrong. And then just World of Warcraft took Thursday off from doing the raid, kind of reset mentally. But just doing other things that aren't requiring a lot of thought type of thing.
Has there been a definitive date on the next?
Nope.
Okay.
The line that came out this week was that, or this week or last week, was that testing for the new raid and stuff would go live on the PTR in 2 weeks. So it's like, okay, that's 2 weeks. So then 2 weeks, then you're at least a month away. So, there was talk that there was a rumor that went around. I don't know how real it was, but that August would be the release.
Okay.
So, I mean, that is a stretch. If it actually is August, that is a very long time. But COVID and other things and whatever. So,
yeah.
But that gives me a bunch of time to just level everybody up.
Work on those alts.
Yeah, all that alt game. Alt gang. Gucci gang. Gucci gang.
It's too much. Too much.
There's a lot, to be fair. There is a lot. It's going to be one of those where like I just get it all done and then I'm kind of sitting around and other people start doing it a month and a half after I've done it. Like, oh yeah, do you want to do this? And I'm like, I already did it. Y'all left early. I'm already done. My homework's done. I'm just sitting here twiddling thumbs.
And they're like, that Nate guy's a fucking psycho.
Yes. I mean, I think they think that anyway. But this is just like confirmation at this point. But anyway, yeah, cool. We'll see you guys in 7 days. I'm going to try not to yank my mic out of the stand again.
Looking for a new podcast to listen to? Here's what we love, courtesy of Acast Recommends.
My name is Hind Hassan. I work as a foreign correspondent for Vice News. Power is at play in every single interaction that happens in our lives. And that's what we're going to explore all over the world. Strongman from Vice News, coming to you on March 18th. Subscribe now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Acast
Recommends.